Hi everyone, Gray Power 60 here. So I have this little book, it's so cute, and I wanted to get some more little characters for the spring, little characters. So a little tiger in there, and there's a little pelican, or no, toucan I think it is. And I'm using some tracing paper. This is tracing paper I got a long time ago, and I've been looking for it ever since, and I haven't been able to find it. I'm sure in an art store, maybe in Walmart, I don't know. Maybe in Michael's, I'm not sure, but this one I got in the dollar store. So what I wanted, sort of my experiment for the day, is to trace out. I'm just going to use a pencil. I have to use my other glasses so I can see properly. And what I'm going to do is just trace around this little fellow. Now, because this is not my artwork, and what I'm tracing is probably has a copyright of some kind from the artist, I would never be able to sell this, but I certainly can use them for decorating and fussy cut it out. So right now I'm just using tracing paper to trace all of the lines as best as I can see. Sometimes I have to lift the paper to make sure I have it in the right spot. I haven't done tracing in a really long time, so it's just an ongoing process here. Now I'm going to speed this up because it probably is a little bit boring for you to watch me do that. So let's speed this up a little bit, and we'll get to the next step. Okay, so I've got the tracing done, and you can't really see it very well because I've got that colored 12 by 12 under there, so I'll probably move it in a bit. But right now what I'm taking is my Sharpie, a very fine Sharpie, and now I'm just going over the pencil marks and referencing back on how he's supposed to look. And then I decided that some of the things that I had forgotten, like his stripes, I hadn't put in there. So yeah, it was a learning curve for me, just going through this. So we'll continue on tracing around with the Sharpie so that I get the basic picture in there, making his mouth, etc. So let me speed this up again, because I don't think you need to see how I'm trying my best to follow all of the pencil lines on there. And of course, like I say, there are a few things that I had missed, like his little stripes. But one step at a time. This is a new thing for me to try, but I wanted to give it a try and see see how it would turn out. So this is totally experimental, and let's see how I do. I'll speed this up again, and I'll be right back. Okay, like I said, it's my first attempt, so let's get out some colored pencils and color him in. Now I'm not using markers, I'm using colored pencils because it's too liquid to use markers. I suppose I could try, but I didn't want to try. I wanted to look for colors that I wanted for the tiger, and I really should have separated the pencils from the markers, but I only had this one big container, and I know where it is, so I don't want to have to you know, try and find more containers. Combine like with like, I guess. is what I'm doing. So now I'm just trying to find the right colors. And of course all the pencils have to go into the bottom. They being lighter, I guess, or heavier than the markers. Yeah. That's the other decision making, is when you're coloring. What colors do you want to use? How do you want to match them up? So I'm looking for different colors. Okay, we'll put that aside. And again, I'll probably speed up this whole coloring process because you don't need to see how to color it. And I'm going back to the little picture to use as a reference so I can be sure I'm following it pretty closely. So let's speed this up again. So now I've colored them all in. What mistake I made was after I had used my Sharpie, the thin one, I forgot to erase all of the pencil marks. So I did that afterwards, which was kind of stupid because I had to go over the colors again, because when I was erasing the pencil marks, I was erasing, of course, the colored pencils as well. So now I'm going to cut out my little guy and fussy cut him out. Just trying to get organized here. I don't know why I have that color in the background. It's so annoying. So we're going to cut him out as best I can. And basically, because tracing paper is similar to tissue paper, etc., it's very thin, I'll be able to glue that onto a tag or a card or a page or whatever. So if I decide I want to do, if I find cute little characters that I want to trace and reuse, that I'd be able to do the same thing I've just done with this little tiger here. And again, repeating that this is not my artwork that I'm copying, and so if I'm putting it into a journal, it cannot be sold. So it's just for my own personal use. So I thought I'm going to try and put him on a card. And I went back and forth. Do I want to color the card? Do I want to paste him on there? Do I want to stamp? Again, going through this whole process of, trying to decide how I want to have him stand out. And yeah, but it's a lot of fun. You can make your own. You can take any cartoon character, any book or whatever, as long as you're not selling it and using it for your own personal use. You can use it anywhere. So here I've decided that I want to back it onto a book page that I have. I thought, well, it'll just make them a little stronger, and I won't have to use too much matte medium or anything. I can use regular glue. So I'm going to go through this whole process, and then I realized that half of these, I've used so much of these that I'm running out of glue stick. These colored glue sticks, these are the scented ones. I really like them. So I didn't want to go with the yellow one. I found the other one that is supposed to, the one with the black top, that is supposed to be extra strong. On one of my tags, I found it stayed yellow, and I don't know if it's because of mixing with the Distress Oxide inks that I used, whether or not that was the cause of it, because the glue stick is actually kind of a orangey color anyway. Yeah, this one is. I'm running out of my colored ones. I'm gonna have to buy some more of them. I like them. They work well, and they smell good. They don't still. The scent doesn't stay for very long. So yeah. So again, I'm gonna have to fussy cut our little boy out again. Get him as dry as I can. Now I did put extra glue on that page, and I didn't want it to be sticky, so again I'm taking my little powdered pad thing that I have. I just kind of shake out a little bit of the powder that's in there and go over the ink part, and that takes away the sticky. Anytime that you are working with glue and it overshoots the area that you want, you can use the powder to go over it, and it takes away the stickiness. So now I'm going to cut him out of the book page, and because it's a transparent paper that I drew on, you can see a little bit of the book page behind him. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm finding it a little bit difficult to get my videos up when I want to. I have so many ideas for my videos this year, but sometimes not having the quiet time is really, really difficult. But other than that, everything is going well. I'm still packing away some things. I'm still trying to get organized, get rid of things that I'm not using anymore or not for a while. And like I said before, packing away. I was just testing my little guy here on different papers. This is Easter paper that I had picked up, Easter bag, treat bag, just to see how he would look on there. I also have different things. I thought, yeah, I wanted to just see how he was going to look on these different backgrounds. But yeah, getting back to storage and so on, and I've got 3 boxes behind me to pack up and put things away that I won't be using in the near future. And I have them all labeled, so if I ever have to go into storage again, I can do that. So now I've decided, because he's a little orange, I decided I'm going to go with my vintage photo. And I didn't want to use I wanted to use a brush, which is kind of one of my favorite things to do right now. And I'm going to get a piece of paper to put underneath so it doesn't ruin that artsy page I have on there. So yeah, I'm going to go around with the vintage photo. I have no idea. I just know I want the little tiger. I guess that's what he is on the page. I'm just not sure how else I want to decorate him. I decided to go on. I was going to go on both sides, and I changed my mind, and I decided to leave it for writing space, as usual. So now I'm putting things. I have to put things away. I have such a small space for doing my artwork. Very small space, because I'm just crowded with stuff. Ah, yes, I remember this. I decided I decided to try the carved pumpkin. So I'd already done the back with the vintage photo, but I wasn't quite sure I wanted it, and so I decided to try this carved pumpkin around. And probably a little more impatiently, so I'm not doing it as well as I usually do, but that's okay. It just adds character to the background. I'm just going around the white. All right, let's see how our little fellow does as I put him on here. And does he stand out? And then I thought, oh, it's a little too plain. I could go around him with a marker later, but yeah, so I thought, well, perhaps I'm going to get out some stamps and maybe stamp behind him. Yeah, something's missing, I kept saying to myself, so I'm going to get out some stamps. And unfortunately, this was an error in my judgment. Might as well tell you ahead of time. I wanted to try some different things in the background, and I couldn't decide whether I wanted to use the potted soil or the black archival ink. And I went with the black archival, and I, after thought, I should have gone with the potted soil so that it would have been more faint in the background instead of dark black. But yeah, so we're just going to experiment with a few different things to put in the background of my little tiger. Yeah, see, I should have gone with my first instincts, and you'll see that in the afterthought. That I just I should have gone with my, because I didn't want the background to be quite so stand out, and I think that's what happened here, is that putting in little blotches and different things definitely was too dark. So I should have gone with the potted soil. And then when I put these on, I realized that perhaps I should have gone with the potted soil, the lighter. But too late. And then I'm thinking, oh, you know, I should have stopped when I was ahead, but I didn't. I just kept going here. And you know, I usually like to put things in threes, so threes I put 4, but you can barely see that one. But oh my gosh, I'm telling you, this whole process afterwards, it's like you almost want to throw it away when you've done something and you've kind of felt that you've made the wrong decision. So there's a couple of things you can do to correct that, and I'll show you that in a minute when I clean off my stamps and put them back. Everything is a learning process, right? Everything that we do is always a learning process. We try one thing, and I'm trying so hard to, when I'm finished with something, to put it away, like my stamps, instead of having them hang out all over the place. And I'm just having a little trouble with this acetate, getting it straight on the backing so it'll fit into the packaging. So I'm trying to be a little bit more organized, but it doesn't always work out. So now, my little man, we are going to do a little vintage photo around you to give you a little bit of definition as I put you on there. Yeah. So as I was saying, I've got some packing away to do. Got some wool, lots of things that I don't need when I'm doing journals, and I've kept a couple of pieces of things out and put it into a container that has a few little bits and bobs of things. Yep, we're going to glue you down, my little man. It was a great experience, doing the tracing, then doing the coloring, and then, doing the outline, and then putting it on a book page just to give it a little interest in the background of it. You can see the book page a little bit, but not as, not that very muted, I guess is the word I'm trying to say. So as you can see, I'm putting this on here and I'm thinking, I shouldn't have used black. I shouldn't have used black. So just do a little trim, just to have all of the little overhang gone. And I'm looking and I'm thinking, I should have used the brown. Yep, that's... I'm even saying to myself, I should have used the brown, because the black is just so in your face, I didn't like it. So what do you do when you don't like something? I'm just showing you the two. One's a pointy and one's the thicker. And because you can't really see my little tiger, I decided to outline it in the thicker Sharpie, just so that it would stand out a little bit more, because it was really lost in there. Now I'm just going to go around the outline of it. We learn from our mistakes, as we experiment with different things and try different things. We learn something new every time on what works better, what doesn't work better. You could have tried this, you could have tried that. I think that's what art's all about. Our creative little brains come up with other, after the fact, after we've done something, created something, then we look back and say, I could have done this. And then the next time you do it, you give it a try and see how it turned out. I should have sped this up a little bit, I guess. But I'm just going over the lines, again, and making him a little bit more in the front, and not sort of, because he was lost in the background with that, without the outline. He was quite lost. And it was a lot of fun creating him, it was a lot of, I hadn't done it in quite a long time, and I thought, this is really a cute idea. When you're looking for characters and you don't have the ephemera or the little embellishment pieces that you want, you can create your own by tracing something else. As I said, just have to be careful of copyright, and make sure you use it for personal use and you don't sell it. Now I'm saying that's enough, but he's standing out, but I just found the black was just too much in the background. Too dark, too dark, too dark, too dark. So I'm thinking, you know what? I am going to take some white paint and use my fingers. How it's going to turn out, I don't even know if it was dry enough. Again, we're experimenting. Just to see. Now, if I had a cream-colored one, might have worked as well, but I used the white. I thought, I just want it to blend into the background. I don't want it to be in your face, right? So I'm taking a little bit with my finger and I'm just going over it because you can still see through the white. It's just not standing up in your face. And I thought that I want my little man to be more in focus in the front and not the back overpowering the focal point, which was my little tiger. So I'm just using my finger to go over stuff. A lot of bad choices in this one, but you know, a good learning curve, a good learning experience on how things work, don't work, what you can do to maybe, you know, mute things a little bit mistakes that you've made, you know. And once the white dries, it'll be you'll be able to see through a little bit. It's not quite opaque. It's opaque, but not quite opaque. So now I'm just going to fix a few things because I had put the white paint. And I'm just going around him, kind of giving him a what do we call it, a border? So I'm not really following the exact tiger. Just kind of going around the outside. Well, that was a little bit better. Still not happy with it, but it was an experiment. And that's how we learn. We learn through experimenting. So I'm just about done with my little guy. I could have saved the tissue and reused it. Right now I'm just going over because I found that his colors kind of got lost in the background. So I'm just going over it a little bit to make him stand out a little bit more. So as I said, it was a learning experience, something new I wanted to try. I'm always looking for cute little characters. I've got lots of kid books and different things that I can retrace or reinvent myself, I suppose, and use that for fodder. The new word, the word that they use for pieces that you need to use anywhere. And I mean, I didn't have to put him onto the card right away. I could have just let him sit until I was ready to use him. But that is it for me for today. I just wanted to take you on this little experimental journey of tracing a little tiger and using him. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.